Hi, I'm Todd Abraham. I've spent 35 years in the food industry, working at a number of different consumer products companies, from Procter & Gamble to Pillsbury to Nabisco, Kraft, Mondelez, and currently working in the cannabis industry for a company in Canada called the Kronos Group. My background is in chemistry. I have a PhD in chemistry as well as a business degree from the Wharton School. I've been part of the Arrowhead Network here for a couple of years and been thrilled to have the opportunity to be working with entrepreneurs and inventors over the recent past.
What insights and advice do you have for businesses at this time?
I think this is a really challenging time for business, which is stating the obvious. But challenging times also provide great opportunities. I think this is a good time for businesses to really understand how they connect with consumers and for them to step back and see where those deepest connections are. What people are looking for most, in my opinion, right now are to get the connections. Since we are so distanced personally from each other, we're finding any way to connect being really valuable. I think as businesses look at ways to connect with their consumers deeply in a way that's both beneficial for the business and beneficial for the consumer, that provides an opportunity. Clearly, we're going to come out of this pandemic with a much different perspective on the way we interact with each other and with our customers. And it's good now to start thinking about what that future state's going to look like and how we can start to create that future state through the interactions and relationships we have with our key customers today.
What tips or strategies are important for businesses to implement?
I think businesses have to step back and look at how they best create value today and in the future. And the strategies ought to be about thinking about connections and relationships with consumers, creating products or experiences that not only bring them closer to their customer, but help customers interact with each other. I think one thing that we found is somewhat of an unexpected benefit out of the stay-at-home situation many of us face is that we're actually connecting more frequently with people that are more distant from us than we would normally. I've been in events that were typically held face-to-face where maybe a dozen or 2 dozen people would show up. And as we've started to hold them virtually, we have 200 people show up instead of 2 dozen. And I think that provides somewhat of an opportunity for business, an opportunity for us to connect more deeply with people and to have people connect with each other in ways that we hadn't thought about before as we leverage these different technologies and norms that allow us to connect more virtually than physically. And I think it provides an opportunity for us, an unexpected one.
What resources can businesses look to for support?
I think the resources that businesses can leverage are their networks. Obviously, financial resources are critical now, and businesses have to make sure they can survive the economic downturn that we're going through. But because of the fact that we're all struggling similarly through this situation, there are networks of similar businesses that are struggling together to get through this. And looking for these networks to create opportunities to work synergistically so that they can each leverage their own product offerings in a way that together they're stronger than they are individually. I mean, simple things like businesses that are physically next door to each other, combining delivery opportunities to consumers to provide a more cost-effective way to get products to consumers. Very simplistic example. But there are probably more strategic opportunities for many businesses to partner with other groups that complement their offerings in a way that gives the consumer a better solution and gives them access to more resources. So I think these networks and partnerships are the way that we can leverage resources beyond simply the financial resources that the government is providing today. I think this is a challenging time for all of us to deal with the lack of interpersonal relationships, and all of us trying to figure out how we can come out of this stronger than we went in. And I do think the opportunity that this provides us is to think about our businesses differently. There's an old saying that a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. So So we ought to think about what are the things we're learning during this crisis that we can apply to business in the future to make us stronger coming out of this pandemic than we were going in. What are some of the opportunities that this has presented us that we hadn't thought to be opportunities before? Are there approaches to the marketplace? Are there interactions with our consumers? Are there partnerships and relationships that we never thought were going to become important, that have become important because we have now this opportunity to think about our business differently? It's a challenging time, and challenging times lead to great recoveries and great solutions. And I just hope everyone can stay positive, look to see how they can help out each other, how they can create networks, how we can all work together to come out stronger from this situation than we went into it. And I wish everybody safety, health, and the best of luck working through the next few months as we recover as an economy and as we strengthen our interpersonal relationships and build great, strong networks for the future. And thanks for giving me the chance to spend some time with you today.
This video was brought to you by the New Mexico Economic Development Department, Office of Science and Technology. Discover more resources to support your business at arrowheadcenter.nmsu.edu.